Good evening everyone. I thought I would do a quick explanation of how the flood and drain beds work in an aquaponics system as a part of my Aquaponics Basics series. So what we're looking at the moment is an IBC that has been cut into, it's probably a third really. So it was one whole IBC that was cut at that point of the cage, and then the top was flipped over and the base was put on top of it. The skin inside was cut and there was a strip taken out of it so that one part could be used as a sump and the other part was the grow bed. Although in this case I think my husband's actually used two bases of an IBC. Yes, he has. So we've got the taps on both of those. But you could just use a single IBC to do that with. That's actually called a chop and flip system. And what you can do is if you spin that top one around and put it that way, it means you can get to the fish tank easily. So you can just use that as a system on its own. You don't need to have anything bigger than that. It could be as small as just that. And you'd be amazed at how much you can grow in that small area. Now, back to how the flood and drain system of the bed works. So, hopefully I've got all the parts here. Let's see what's in here. Yes, I've got all the parts. Okay, wonderful. So, in here, you can actually use a uni-seal. We've got now uni-seals in the past from Rob Bob. In this case, I think it's a tank fitting to put I'm not sure of the actual measurements. I would have to actually check those. If you're lucky, I'll look at them and write them in the description. But you've got I won't take that off actually. You've got the reducer here that goes up to a standpipe, and then you've got another. It's not a reducer. Well, it is a reducer. It's just a reducer in the other direction. Having this on here actually helps to get the water to go down quicker. So that is called the standpipe. Then you've got the bell siphon. So the way the bell siphon works is the water rises up in the bed, and then once it gets to the height of the standpipe, the water will start cascading over the top. But if you've got your water at just the right flow rate going into the bed, it'll actually fill up your bell siphon so there'll be no air in there, and that will cause it to then rapidly drain the bed out. So that's why it's a slow fill system and a rapid drain. So, and it drains down into, normally we have a pipe attached to here. You can't really see much because flash is off and it's getting a bit dark in here. So, sorry, out here, I should say. I wonder if I can turn the flash on. Hang on. No, flash won't go on unless I turn the video off. Sorry, can't just pause it. So yeah, and I generally have a pipe coming out and going down that way and into the bed, just because it gives a little bit extra momentum. And hopefully, I've just noticed the microphone's running around a bit, so I'm hoping it's not making all sorts of horrible crackling sounds. I will secure that microphone better next time. So that's how the standpipe and the bell siphon works. So what's the purpose in the shroud? So this is the shroud, and the shroud goes over the top of that. The purpose of the shroud is so that the gravel or the 3/4 inch gravel, 3/4 inch gravel or the hydrogen clay balls don't get into your standpipe and block up the things. It also makes it so that you can easily inspect your standpipe, and if for some reason you need to break the siphon or something like that, you can just pull the bell siphon out. So that's the basics on how a bell siphon works. Generally you'll have a cap on that as well. Some people will actually put a cap down the bottom of here so that it gives this stability, because that can be a bit irritating when you're putting it in. And we do have some of our beds that are like that. This one is not like that. this one is also not like that. So that's the bell siphon. I'll show you a little bit more details on one of the working systems in another video, but I'm losing the light now. So that's it for how it all works. And at the moment this bed's full of leaves, which isn't real great. We're going to have to clean that out, but we had to remove a stump first before we could actually get all this sorted out. So we're going to, this system is going to have the sump that is dug into the ground, and that sump is actually a full 1,000-litre tote that has been dug into the ground. So there's that much IBC actually in the ground, and the purpose of that is to make it so that there's enough headroom basically and your pump doesn't go dry. But I'll show you that as we go along the series and explaining how everything works. So yeah, I hope you've found that helpful and interesting. There are other siphons that you can use in aquaponics, and there are other methods that people use for draining their systems. This is one that we find works really, really well. We do have a number of other designs for the shroud. So this isn't the only way we've done the shroud. I'll do another video up showing some of those. And this isn't the only way we've done the standpipe either. I'll focus a bit more on that in another video. So make sure you like and subscribe and share the video around. Feel free to comment down below if you've got any questions, and I'll make sure I include that in an upcoming video. We have been using aquaponics systems for since 2012, I think it is my oldest video. So 8 years now, and I absolutely love them. Even when I do a dreadful job and neglect the systems dreadfully, they still produce an abundance. They produce a better abundance when they're not neglected, but I'm very, very happy with the aquaponics. They're fantastic for growing in drought situations, as well as in areas that get little rain or irregular rain. Aquaponics is just brilliant. It's and if you've been on my channel for any length of time, you'll hear I'm always talking about the aquaponics. So I'll leave a link up there to some of my aquaponics videos. It's pretty much 8 years worth. You can watch our journey. At the moment, we've only recently moved to this property, so we're setting up our big system again. I do have a small system at the back of the house on the northern side. This is actually going to be on the eastern side of the property, because in Queensland we get very hot summer and nothing grows. It just gets too much sun in the afternoon and it bakes it all. Honestly, the best time that we can grow is during the winter and autumn. It just seems to be a great time for us to grow stuff, especially kale and tomatoes and that sort of stuff. Which probably means our summers don't get that hot in Queensland. But yeah, don't get that cold, I should say. Sorry. So yeah, if you've got any questions, leave them below and feel free to give me a comment. I'd love to hear what you think. And I'll probably do another video on this at some point because it's getting quite dark and it's making it hard for you to see. But yeah, anyway, you have a great day. I wanted to get this done because I know my husband's getting close to the next stage and putting this all together, and I knew this was set up so that I could actually show you. And upcoming videos I'll be showing you some of the other systems we've got, because we've also got a balcony unit which is commercially available from Murray Hallam, as well as bathtub systems and other just single chop and flip systems. I've got lots of different aquaponic stuff. But yes, I'm really, really looking forward to how this system here works, and we'll catch you in the next video. Have a great one. Bless you.